Relegation teams are picking up points. Sheffield got their first win of the season, picking up all 3 points against Newcastle. Fulham picked up a draw away to Tottenham after only 48 hours for each team to prepare. Manchester United went top with the win away to Burnley in the game that had yet to be played. There's a clash at the top of the table coming this weekend. Will Liverpool be able to keep pace, or will United put some daylight between their two clubs? And Arsenal failed to make it 4 wins out of 4 today, drawing at home to Newcastle. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Whenever you're hearing this from, thanks for tuning in. Red Card Radio is a weekly look at the Premier League from 4 friends who support different clubs. Red Card Radio hopes to tell and opine on the major story threads of the Premier League, with a more specific focus on the clubs that we support. My name is James, and I support the greatest club in North London, Arsenal. I'm joined weekly by my three good friends. Tamzid is a lifelong Liverpool supporter and couldn't be happier that his club finally won the Premier League. Sean will take offense to any of my claims about Arsenal due to his allegiance to Tottenham, and Brad will argue and tell you why history doesn't matter and that Chelsea Football Club are the biggest club in England. All that said, this is our look at the state of the Premier League after match day 18. Gentlemen, how are we doing this evening? What's going on?
Not good.
Solid.
Still not good, Sean.
Fantastic.
What's going on? Oh,
It's not good, man.
I feel like that's a running theme for you recently.
Yeah. One win in 6.
I've read some. I've read a funny tweet today that said, since Tottenham had been crowned champions after their win in the North London Derby, they've picked up 6 points. Because I guess people were talking about Tottenham winning the league after that.
That's right.
So
that would be the 1 win in 6 because it's been draw, loss, draw, win, draw. So that's your 6.
Hey, whatever works. All right, but let's start first and foremost. Let's pull up the Premier League table and take a look at what's going on. Of course, I mentioned that Manchester United has gone top of the table. They won that game in hand. They're on 36 points, and Liverpool are at 33. City is kind of creeping on up quietly. They're up to third now, having played one less game than both Liverpool and United, and are on 32 points. Leicester still in 4th. Everton, Tottenham is in 6th on 30 points. Jump down a little bit. We've got Chelsea at 26 points in 9th. West Ham, Arsenal, 10th and 11th, respectively. Arsenal only picked up 1 point today, so they go to 24 points. And if we look at the bottom half of the table, those relegation teams picked up, quite a few points.
Big points.
Yeah, Fulham got 1, which is it's a really big 1 point to get away to Tottenham. West Brom didn't play, and Sheffield won at Newcastle.
Let's go.
First win. That's crazy. So that's actually where I want to start first today. Is I want to talk about the relegation battle. I think that was where we saw the most movement. We saw the most maybe not movement, but the most interesting stuff happen. In that Sheffield won, Fulham got that point at Tottenham. Brighton clearly they lost to City, and West Brom hadn't played yet. But has these most recent games changed any of your opinions about the relegation battle? Tamsy, let me go to you first.
Now that Sheffield United have 5 points, will Chris Wilder vote for 5 subs?
I knew that's what you were going to say, and I didn't know it.
Look, find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. But it's just, I don't think anything changes per se. Although I do have a lot more respect for Scott Parker as a manager now than I did before the season started. He's managed to at least try to play a more progressive style with players who are well and truly inferior to Premier League quality.
Yeah.
So other than that, I don't think any of this actually changes. The 4 teams in that dogfight, 5 teams in that dogfight, are still the same teams that are going to be there all through the season. Although I don't think, although the survivor of those 5 those 5 being Sheffield, Fulham, Brighton, West Brom, and Burnley, will probably not crack 30 points, if we're being honest, to survival. I think the 3 relegation teams are going to be in their... 2 of them are definitely going to be in their teens, and then 1 of them is going to be on like the low 20s.
Yeah, I don't see Sheffield getting anywhere near 20 points.
To be fair, Fulham and Burnley have 2 games at hand on the other 2. So...
Okay. I mean, yeah, and your point about Fulham looking like they're playing more progressive and more interesting football. I when I was watching the Spurs Fulham game, especially in the second half, Fulham looked to be the better team, and maybe that's just because Mourinho was letting them attack, and that's like typical Mourinho.
It's like progressive football now is less about like 2011 Pep Guardiola Barcelona and more about like high intensity sort of like counter pressing styles, right? Which is sort of lost in which is what all the big teams play. All the big teams play a counter pressing system, right?
Yeah.
Well, except like City and I guess technically Mourinho, but like all the big teams play a counter pressing style, and it's encouraging to see teams like Fulham also attempt to play a very progressive counter pressing. Like you're gonna play high, you're gonna because normally so like your defensive cover is like a blanket, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can only cover your head or your feet. You can't cover both.
Yeah.
And so most relegation teams always pack it in deep and just hope for a draw and then move on.
Yeah.
Like it's encouraging to see a team, and even though they're like woefully ill-equipped, at least try and go for it more. And I always prefer those teams over coming in, packing 10 in, and conceding 6 anyways.
Yeah, Sean.
Well, that was really evident towards the end of the game. I think it was around the 85th to 87th. There was a pass out to Son where he was behind the line, and we almost had 3 people behind the line, and he pushed it into the middle, and then whoever he hit it to, I forget who it was because it wasn't a goal, buried it. And then all 4 of them were offsides because the line was at the goal box.
The only one that was offside on that one was Son. Son was offside.
Son was the one
that was offside, and all the other Spurs players were all onside because they were behind the ball.
What I was saying though, that's to Tamsy's point.
Yeah,
is that they're playing so high, even when they're defending, they're trying to press.
Yeah, like they're always trying to press.
Yes.
And
go for it, Brad.
Their style is working. They didn't lose since the 5th of December. That's a great run. Now, they didn't win, but for the FA Cup. But that's a huge run through December, through the holiday fixtures. Them not dropping a game is huge in the relegation battle. So, like, I would put Fulham definitely as, like, the top team of those 5 now.
Especially with Brighton sort of tailing off.
Yeah, the way they're playing, if they can just find the back of the net, like if they held out through the tough part, now if they can just find the back of the net, I think they go above Burnley.
I don't know if I buy that. I think that
the tough part, it's literally half the season, so the tough part will be the other half.
No. Okay, so what
do you mean tough
part? The holiday schedule, how fast games are coming every 2 or 3 or 4 days.
Gotcha.
Right? And we know the rosters aren't built like the top clubs. It's a very thin roster, as Tamzid said, and it's not built necessarily for the Premier League yet. But I think they could pass Burnley. They will definitely put pressure on Burnley to keep moving. But I think Tamzid's right with the 30 points line. If one of them gets to 30 points, they're safe.
They're safe, yeah. Like normally it's like 40. We're not going to get none of them are getting to 40.
No.
We might get top 4 at like 40. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody makes Champions League on like 48 or 50 points. Like
this year?
Yeah. The way this year's going, league's going to be done at like 75.
I don't know.
The way this year's going, the league is going to be done at like 75. This is going to be a low point tally league. Which you get back in your face considering the last 5 have been plus 90. Like,
you might not be that wrong because as of now, no team can score 100 anyway. So like, it's
nobody scored 100.
So you're saying Arsenal still have a chance? What's what I hear you saying?
Yes.
Yes.
If Arsenal win the next like 18 games. Yeah. Oh, very much.
All right. So it seems. Do we think just before we move on with the relegation teams, if you guys had to pick 3 teams today, and I'm going to start with you, Brad, and then I'm going to go to Tamzita, and then I'm going to go to Sean. Who are the 3 teams that you say are going to get relegated today?
Still Sheffield United, West Brom, and then Brighton are my 3. And I would lock them in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tamzita?
Sheffield, Brighton, and then Fulham.
Okay.
I think Fulham still go down.
Sean?
I'm going Sheffield, West Brom, Newcastle.
Newcastle.
That's interesting. With their 5 at the back. Oh gosh.
That bottom 5.
Oh
Dude,
man.
He just lost to Sheffield. He looked lost on the sideline. They had a red card in the first half.
How do you
double
How do you
yellow.
play 5 at the back against Sheffield?
Because it's ridiculous.
No,
that
against
double
City.
yellow, both fouls were just absolutely horrendous.
Terrible.
True.
Terrible.
I agree.
We need to, as a collective league, we need to ban these like unnecessary English managers from the league, right? Like we need to get rid of David Moyes. We need to get rid of Steve Bruce. Like I'm tired of seeing
No.
them. And none of them, you could give them any team, and they will find a way to push it into the relegation zone. They'll just find a way. Like Newcastle, Rafa Benitez left him at least a mid-table team. At least a mid-table team. And he somehow found a way to play to piss off Alan Maxim, their best player. He's managed to play a front 2 of Joe Linton and Andy Carroll.
Andy Carroll,
Still
in the league.
My worst enemy. Like that is so horrible. Like no. That isn't even bad. Callum Wilson's a proven goal scorer in this league. He's a 20-goal-a-season striker. What are you doing? What are you doing?
It sounds like Tamzita agrees with me.
Well, we all agree with you because how do you play 5 at the back against Sheffield United, a team that hasn't won yet? You play
with Joe Linton up top.
I mean, if your style of play is playing 3 at the back, then it doesn't matter if you play like 5 at the back, right? But
it is 5 at the back though. It's not 3 at the back with 2 wing backs. It's 5 at the back.
I mean, 3-5 at the back is the same thing. But the point is that it's you are so negative on just a fundamental. It's the opposite of leagues, right? And that's why they're gonna get dragged down. That's exactly why they're gonna get dragged down. Because you never the quality level of Newcastle isn't they don't have Baresi and Baldini in the back that they're gonna win the league scoring 34 goals, right? They just don't have that in the back. So you have to come out and play. Instead, what they're doing is hacking 10 into the back and just hoping for the best. And sometimes you're gonna draw against Liverpool. Sometimes you get smacked for 6 against City.
Yeah.
It's the most it's the worst way to play. I hate ugly football. I hate ugly football.
All right. I don't think that Newcastle's going down. I think that it's going to be Sheffield, Fulham, and Brighton.
No, it's Fallout Boy. It's down, baby.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
You guys are really big on Big Sam.
I don't think I'm specifically big on Big Sam. I think I'm just negative on Brighton.
Well, yeah, but I don't see West Brom getting out of it, but that's just me.
I think that West Brom and Brighton are going to be dogging it out for that 17th position. That's kind of my thought process.
Dude, Big Sam is trying to get all his games canceled so he can he has more time to train these guys.
I'm surprised he's not part of the null and void camp.
Right. Oh, he is big time in the null and void campaign.
That's gonna be how he saves his his record of never being relegated.
His record, yeah.
null
No,
and
he's gonna quit like 2 games before this end of the season.
Yeah, where it's still mathematically possible that they don't get relegated. Yeah. So there's a chance. Yeah. All right. Well, we spent enough time at the bottom of the table. Let's flip to the top of the table. So United beat Burnley, of course, and so now they're 3 points above Liverpool, even on games played going into the historically the 2 biggest clubs in England facing off at one of England's most hallowed grounds. So it's Liverpool and United. What's gonna go on? Is Liverpool gonna defend Anfield? What's gonna happen? Tamsy, tell me. Do you guys have? Do you have any center backs? Do you guys want anybody? Socrates, I'll loan you Socrates.
Honestly, if so, both are all our center backs are. We don't have any center back, right? And so if we're gonna play Jordan Henderson as a center back, right? Like if we're just gonna play Jordan Henderson as a center back, I hope Klopp puts out the single most attacking team he could muster, right? Like I want Thiago Gini midfield. I want Shaqiri in the team. Salah, Mane, Firmino. I want Klopp to want all that smoke. I want him to get all that smoke. Let's. Oh.
Do you think he's gonna do it?
No, he's not gonna do it. This is gonna be the most dire game of football anybody's gonna watch. Like, you remember how Sean went on that rant about the Manchester derby?
Yes.
It's gonna be so much worse.
You think so?
Yeah. Ooh, this is gonna be so much worse. We are far less technically equipped than City, and even City couldn't do it. So, this is gonna be so bad. This is gonna be the most boring game. Even the one last year was boring, and we won 2-0, but it was still so boring.
I don't know. For some reason I'm expecting fireworks. Maybe I'm just being hopeful here, and maybe NBC has played it up enough for me to expect fireworks. But I
don't think this game's gonna. This game's gonna be boring. It's gonna be like a 1-0. If anything happens, I'm definitely seeing a 1-1. The drama is not going to be in the game. It's going to be a 94th minute penalty for United.
Pogba just falling over Henderson's leg or something.
Yeah, Pogba just falls over, and that's it.
All right, well, shut it down. It's a good podcast. We'll see you guys next week. But, all right. Anybody? Brad, what do you think about this game? What do you think is going to happen? You're muted.
Sorry, that was a Tammy move there. Anyways,
working remotely, by the way.
I've been in bed. The Burnley United was much closer. Like a 1-0 scoreline is exactly what that should have been. I think Liverpool are going to rampage. I see Liverpool dismantling United because Liverpool is not at the top of the table, and I feel like they're going to come out super strong. I'm seeing 3-1. 3-0, 2-0, something like that. I think it's gonna be murder.
Okay. Sean,
how so, Bray? Who's breaking down the defense?
Salah and Mane.
Oh no.
Against the likes of Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw.
Against the fridge.
The thing is,
I was setting you up for some jokes here.
Let's go. Yeah, the fridge GE is going to stop them.
GE.
I lined you up for some jokes. I teed it on the tee. For me, man, United are in really good form. Marshall actually looks good. Martial. Rashford looks pretty decent. The midfield's playing well. I mean, when's the last time they lost? I don't see it in my form.
I know they lost.
It's been a while.
I know they lost to Arsenal in November.
So maybe November. Maybe that was the last loss.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was their last loss.
Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, we rag on them. They're playing well.
Leipzig was their last loss.
Okay, I think we're talking about in the league.
I know, but overall was the 8th. And Sheffield got 2 goals past them. So, Leicester's Leicester. Sorry, I jumped ahead. Liverpool is definitely putting goals past them.
I think if I had to call it, it'd probably be a 2-2 draw or something like that. The way they're both playing right now, I want to lean United to win that, but I can't because Liverpool is so good.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead, Tamsin.
Oh, if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wins the league, I think Klopp and Guardiola should put their resignations down that day. Like, no.
Yeah, that's gonna be a really sad day if that actually ever happens. But
No,
that's clearly not gonna happen.
No, yeah, no.
I mean, City have a game in hand. Villa have 2, by the way. They could be.
I mean, that's if Villa is ever allowed to play football again this year.
Well, they're gonna have 3, I guess.
Yeah.
3 games in hand.
Is against Villa, I think.
Is it against Villa? I think you're right.
Villa, because it's supposed to be the first game of the season, and they didn't play.
Yep.
Then the Champions League or whatever.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know.
Shout out to Baldy for changing his whole play style.
Shout out to him.
What's going on down at Villa?
To Baldy, to Guardiola.
Mm.
He's changed his whole play style, and now they're much more solid at the back than they were last season.
Well, that's what I wanted to talk about City next because they are quietly in third place, and they're 32 points with a game in hand, and if Liverpool win this weekend, which I think we might expect them to, and City win this weekend, they'll be 1 point behind the leader, and with a game in hand. So like City are. And I know you said this I think 2 weeks ago, Tamsi, that the team that Liverpool need to be worried about most is City, and Sean said this a couple weeks ago that he thinks City can catch Liverpool, but they're quietly making their way up the table. It wasn't too long ago that we were kind of questioning like what's going on with City, I think, but they're looking much better.
It's because they're not smashing teams like 6-0 anymore. Because Guardiola is now playing 2 sitting midfielders, right?
Yeah.
Like he's no longer playing just Fernandinho by himself, and then right because Team Score kind of like figured out the idea that City will only have 2 center backs and Fernandinho there, right? And that's like pretty easy to play against because their center backs are kind of wank. But having 2 sitting midfielders boxing that like center zone has made them a lot more defensive. And I sincerely think Guardiola is doing this to be better in the Champions League.
Okay.
Because that's his goal. Like that's what he's judged on, right? Like spending $900 million to win the league is not impressive.
Yeah.
It's just not impressive.
Especially,
they hired him to win the Champions League.
Yeah, especially with the fact that City has won the league multiple times over the last 10 years.
Yeah, right.
That's not what the board doesn't want. That they clearly this team is built to win the Champions League, and their desire is to win the Champions League.
Well, it also really helps City that Foden is looking almost as dynamic as De Bruyne right now. He's been really dynamic. He's making good runs. He's good with the ball at his feet. He's scoring goals. He's putting the ball in the right places, making good passes. I'm not saying he's on the level, but he's a whole lot younger too. Like he's really young, so he's just looking dynamic, which is dangerous.
Yeah, they're playing 3-10s behind the striker, so it helps their like interchange better.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like this is better in like they exclusively did this for Europe because he's like a lot more conservative. It's a lot like okay, we're 2-0 up, that's fine. We don't have to score 9 anymore.
Yeah.
Kind of deal. Like.
Yeah, they're really creative behind that striker.
Yeah, they're really creative behind that striker.
Mm-hmm.
And Aguero isn't even back. They're going to be
That's
so
what I'm
much better with Aguero.
They don't even have Aguero. You're right.
Yeah.
And Jesus hasn't been playing much either. So, like, do you think this style adjustment is because he doesn't have an Aguero up front? I'm asking, like, literally.
But it's not.
But it's not. Like, yeah. I think Jesus is just done. He doesn't like Jesus anymore. I don't think Jesus.
Yeah, he seems
particularly good enough to play for City. He's kind of stalled his development.
Yeah.
And so I don't think. That's why they're probably going to end up signing Haaland next summer.
You think?
and just have a pure goal scorer and just bang it in.
Write that down.
Put a $5 on it.
Yeah, right. It just makes a lot of sense. Like a natural goal scorer coming to that team, because Aguero is like unreliable and B getting on in his years.
Yeah.
And I don't think Spurs will ever sell Harry Kane. And there's probably just one other option left.
Did we say that about Bale though? Too?
Haaland.
How they would never sell Bale, and then they sold him.
No, they were gonna sell Bale.
Spurs 8 years ago was very different than Spurs today.
For now.
So
yeah.
when
100 million.
When Madrid came in for Bale for 100 million, it was like Spurs needed to do that. They couldn't survive. But if Madrid comes in with 150 for Harry Kane, Spurs are in a much better position today to say, "Nah, we're good," than they were 8 years ago.
Right now, I'd take it.
And Bale isn't even the worst 100 million signing anymore. Shout out to Eden Hazard.
Yes.
I thought you were going Pogba to United.
No.
When you
Oh,
brought
yeah.
it up.
But
Eden
Hazard has not showed that yet.
Far worse.
He's just been injured the whole time. Like, it's sad to
And
see
fat.
how much injuries
He's too fat to play football.
It's the James Harden of soccer.
He loves cheese. If you have his favorite food is cheeseburgers, so of course, I'm not mad at that. That's why he's my favorite player. Let's go.
All right, so we kind of touched on that. Let's move to our other three teams. What do we Spurs, Chelsea, and Arsenal? What do we think the realistic goals are for these three clubs? So clearly, I don't think that all three of these teams are not making the Champions League. So what are the realistic goals at this point in the season for Chelsea, Brad?
Top four.
Top four? That's all you care
Top
about?
four. And I think top four was the realistic goal from the beginning. I definitely bought into the hype and saw top two or top three. But if we can hit top four, I will be ecstatic. I don't see why we can't. Top four is the goal. I think top four has always been the goal for Super Frank.
All right, Sean, what's the goal for Tottenham? Because you guys are still in the thick of it. Like you're only 6 points off.
That's how I was gonna start. That's a really tough question with the recent form we've had. So I thought I had realistic goals, which, by the way, even when we were on top of the table, my only thought process was, man, this is going to be really easy to finish top four because I don't think we're winning. So if we're leading and get past, we're still in the top four. But that being said, I mean, we're still tied for the lowest goals allowed. The defense is still there. The offense just needs to come around. Maybe it was the tough run through the holiday season that'll lighten up. But we're still in every cup.
Yeah, that League Cup is coming. That League Cup is coming to North London.
League Cup's coming. FA's picking up. Europa's picking back up.
He misunderstood you, Tamzid.
Oh, did I? Where we lose in the League Cup final?
No, he's saying that you're going to win the League Cup final.
No, we're not.
Oh yeah,
that's not what Spurs do.
Yeah, you are.
That's what Jose does. Jose wins a trophy.
And the last trophy you guys won was the League Cup. So.
Yeah, was that 90s?
No,
early 2000s.
2008.
2008.
2008, I think. 2008 was. I don't know the final, but 2008 might have been the dodgy lasagna game.
But
the
dodgy
lasagna final, and then they lost because it was because of a dodgy batch of lasagna they all had the night before.
Well, that was in the league.
Tamsi was almost spot on. It was February 24th, 2008. Was the only silverware of the new millennia.
Yeah.
All right.
Look at that.
I think realistic expectations is 4 or 5. With the form we got. So I don't think we're top 3. I think we're 4 or 5.
I'm pulling up the table again real quick because I need to. So you guys are on.
We're 6 right now.
Yeah, you're 6, but you're on 30 points, having played 17. So you win this weekend, and Liverpool beats United, and you're only 3 points off. I'm just saying, like, and this is I don't want Tottenham. Tottenham are the team that I want to win the league the least. And I don't think that you guys are going to win the league, but you guys are in the thick of it. Like,
yeah, for sure.
I think for Arsenal, I think like my eyes are on sixth. That's if Arsenal can get to sixth, I will be happy. I won't be happy. I will begrudgingly take it and accept it. I think that we just wasted way too many points in that like 11 or 12 game stretch where we weren't scoring goals. I think that's just a little bit too much to overcome at this year, because we are clearly going to drop points coming up. I think, but I take this a step further. I want to see Arsenal do well in the cups. I think that even though the league, would I love to finish fourth? I think so, but I don't see that happening with the amount of points that certain teams can take. But I would love to see Arsenal make it back to the Europa League final. I'd like to win it, personally. I don't see why we can't. I think that we have a good team, and especially with our new January signing of Thomas Partey, I think he's gonna change our midfield in a very good way. And Aubameyang, if he can start going, and really it's this Saka has kind of.
Saka's coming in.
And his swap from going from being on the left side to the right side over the last couple of weeks has really improved our team.
I think it's more down to the fact that you're actually playing a creative midfielder now. Emile Smith-Rowe.
Yeah, dude.
But I mean, like, imagine how much better Arsenal would have been if they didn't have to sell pencil boxes in China.
Yeah, big facts.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think Mesut joke.
I don't think we would have. I don't think we would have gone on a 10-game like winless streak. I don't think that would have happened if Ozil was in the team. So yeah, I'm looking at like sixth in the league. I'll be happy if we get above that. But I will begrudgingly accept sixth, just based on the way the first half of the season played out.
So is that sixth with a trophy, or if you made sixth and lost in Europa League, would you still be happy with the season?
It depends on what happens in the FA Cup.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you guys don't come home with a trophy, but you finish sixth,
yeah. If we don't get a trophy and we finish sixth, yeah, I'm not happy. I mean, I'm not standing on the soapbox screaming Arteta out if that happens, because I think that Arteta's a good manager and will, if we stick with him. I see that face, Sean, and you can respond to the Arteta, but I won't accept any Arteta slander. But I think that in the long run he will be good for us. So I won't be on a soapbox asking for him to be fired, but I might ask some questions about like who we're signing and why we're signing them. Maybe if we can offload the 975-year-old Willian this summer to someone, that would be good.
You got 2 more years, buddy. 2 more years.
But I don't know. So the question is, will I be happy with sixth and no trophy? No. I mean, but will I be happy with sixth and no trophy? Yes, only if it's the Europa League. So if we get sixth, win the Europa League, and then are in the Champions League next year, then yeah, I'm happy. That's a good season for us. But if it's sixth with the FA Cup, it just kind of feels like we didn't improve from last year. Clearly, winning back-to-back FA Cups would be really nice. I love the FA Cup. I think it's a great competition. I think it's a lot of fun. But yeah, I think that would be a little disappointing I would be disappointed with sixth and no trophy. What's up, Sean?
I'll keep it quick because I know we're moving ahead to look forward. But my Arteta slander is slight. I think he hasn't been very good, but I think he's learning clearly because once he once he realized his offense was stagnant and then started playing Rowe and Martinelli on the left and moved Saka and the offense started clicking, now the team's moving forward. So I think he's learning.
Well, to be fair with a lot of those things, Martinelli was coming back from an injury, so he wasn't available until like a month ago. Our big summer signing got played for a couple weeks, got injured, came back, got injured, and like is only now healthy again. So like not having Partey for this first half of the season, I think really affected the plans. And I think we were expecting more out of Willian. Like I honestly think that the club, when they looked at Willian and they signed him, they brought him in, they were really expecting a lot more from him. I don't know why. I don't know what football they were watching over the last 2 years, but they, for some reason, expected him to be more productive. And I think that Arteta was a little too reliant on him for too long. And so
they were playing FIFA 12.
That hurt.
Well, to be fair, he did have his most productive season last year. But thank goodness he did, because then he left to the retirement home.
I don't think Arteta is the kind of manager that'll get the best out of Willian. Like you need Jurgen Klopp to get the best out of. You need a manager who will physically beat him if he does not perform.
I just don't think he's got it anymore.
Out of him. Like,
I don't think he has it.
I
think his legs are tired.
I mean, I was never a big fan of him.
Anyways, though,
I was never a big fan of him, generally speaking. So I don't think he has it anymore. Whatever it was for him, I don't think he has that anymore. But I don't know, Brad. Will you be happy with fourth and no trophy, or would you be happy with fourth and no trophy? Just quickly, since you asked me.
That's an interesting question. I guess I asked you without thinking about it myself. I think so. Because we didn't end up with a trophy last year, so I don't, it's not like we taking a step back by not having a trophy. I think with the talent we should end up with something, but I think I would be happy with Champions League football. Yes.
Okay, so you'll take the fourth place trophy.
Yeah, I'll take the Arsene Trophy. Cool. Give me the Wenger Trophy.
I think if he gets fourth, Fat Frank is gone. Like he is not making it. You spent $200 million in the summer. He is not making it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to belabor the point too long.
That's yeah. I feel like I disagree with that, but we'll move on.
Let's talk about what we have coming up. So a couple games that we want to look at specifically. Of course, we're going to look at Liverpool United. Also want to talk about Leicester Southampton, because that's probably going to be a pretty good game. And then I've kind of lumped these three games together and I'm calling them the trap games, because we've got Fulham and Chelsea, Sheffield and Spurs, and Arsenal and Newcastle. Now on paper, you would take chalk on all three of those games and assume that the big boys will take care of work. But based on some of the faces I'm seeing, I don't know if we if we necessarily believe that. But before we get into those games, let's talk about Liverpool and United. We've kind of talked about it a little bit, but I want to lock you guys in on some predictions on what you think's gonna happen. I want some who's gonna win, what's the score. Brad, you go first.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm staying with my 3-1 line for Liverpool United. I think Liverpool is going to be dominant, but then I think Bruno gets his penalty goal.
Okay. Tamzid?
0-0.
0-0, really?
That's crazy. You're crazy.
So bad to watch.
Man.
No, this isn't the Manchester Derby again. I disagree. I don't think Klopp could ever play that way. You don't know until you've seen 35-year-old James Milner play in central midfield. You don't know.
The midfield really changed when Milner came in. So like it was a different look. Everything looked a lot different when James Milner came in.
The depths of Brexit midfield, you don't know.
All right, someone put that down on paper for him.
I'm putting it on.
Sean, what are you saying?
Sticking with what I said earlier.
2-2.
It just seems like a 2-2. It just really does. I don't think they're gonna I don't think it's going to be 0-0. I just don't think they go goalless. But I do feel draw.
Okay.
So it's either going to be 1-1 or 2-2. But I'm feeling goals. I'm feeling some friskiness. It's a rivalry. Everybody's going to be amped up. So I'm going 2-2.
4-0. 4-0.
To who?
Liverpool.
Oh.
Liverpool.
Yeah, I thought you were going to ruffle his feathers.
I thought about wrestling his feathers a little bit. And the reason why I think this is going to happen...
You were going to wrestle him?
I was going to wrestle his Jimmy's.
He said we're going to lose 4-0. I'm like, oh, that's fair.
I think the reason why I think it's going to be 4-0 is that I think Liverpool's going to get an early goal, and it's going to open up United, and United's going to be like, we need to go for this, and then things are going to happen to them. So, that's my thought.
All right.
You still don't have the Bruno goal in there, the Bruno penalty, but I've recorded the 4-0.
Well, so the thing is, Klopp played the mind game early like last week about
True.
United
Yes, he did.
getting all the
Planning
penalties.
ahead.
It's like he did the Fergie
tactician.
move.
Oh, speaking of that, did you guys see Clatton's interview? You
I
guys
did.
read that?
Yeah.
Right? Oh, we're never gonna see Clattenburg again. We're gonna find him at the bottom of the Thames. Like,
What's
he's
funny?
done.
We hadn't heard from him in years, and this is like the
Right?
first headline, and it's like, bro,
He said a little too much. He just got excited and he let the game out.
someone let him out of whatever home he's in, and he, I guess he didn't take his meds
He's
in the
going
morning.
right back in.
Yeah, that was what a statement. All right, Leicester Southampton. What's going on here? This is kind of an interesting game because they're both, kind of far up the table. Leicester's clearly in the top 4 right now. Do we think that's going to be a good game? Tamsy, I'm going to you first on this.
This is gonna be such a good game.
I think so too.
Oh man, this is the game I'm excited to watch this weekend. This is a pure neutral footballing reasons. Brendan Rodgers plays great football. Hasenhüttl plays great football. Let's go. This is rock and roll football. Let's go. I am so excited for this.
Scoreline. Hit me with it.
Probably going to be 2-2. I could see Leicester winning 3-2 or something with a last-minute Jamie Vardy goal. I expect Jamie Vardy's and Danny Ings are going to have... Ings got Rona, right? Maybe not. But Jamie Vardy is going to have a great old party in this game.
Are you going 3-2 or are you going 2-2? What are you picking?
Oh, man, I think 2-2 still.
Okay, 2-2.
Still hold 2-2. Yeah, it's going to be a banger.
Sean, what do you think?
2-2. SFC.
Is Ings out or not?
I think Ings got Corona. He's got Corona positive test.
Then I want to edit. Before knowing that, I would have said Leicester 2-1. So with Ings being out and he being a world-class top 10 Ballon d'Or candidate that he is, it's going to be 2-0. Nobody else can score on Southampton.
Yo,
he's the best player in the world.
You guys are forgetting about the man. Number 32 for Southampton, Theo Walcott. Putting on,
I knew that was coming.
Putting on a clinic this weekend. 3-0 Southampton, Theo Walcott hat trick. Write it
Walker
down.
only scored against bad teams anyway.
3-0. Walcott. Brad, what do you think's going to happen?
Ooh, so
That was the most Homer thing I've ever said. And this is probably the most Homer thing I will ever say. But I was
not shocked at it all.
I'm wearing my Walcott jersey next week. Sorry, I had to. Brad, I'll let you finish.
I'm down for. I'm with Sean on this one. 2-0. I'm gonna say 2-1. I think Southampton pulls something out of their butts to get a goal. So I still think Leicester wins. It's gonna be a fun game.
I think this is definitely gonna be the best game of the weekend. I think definitely gonna be the best game. All right, quickly on these trap games. Fulham, Chelsea. Brad, what's gonna happen? What are you expecting?
So I agree that this is a big trap game. I'm hoping that it's because it's a London derby that we actually come out and play. I see 2-1 2-1 Chelsea.
Okay. Tamseed?
Chelsea are winning this 4-0. Timo Werner scoring 2 goals. And I'm going to have to listen to people on Twitter talk about how Timo Werner is good again.
On Twitter, you mean next week? You mean next week? When Timo scores the double, it's happening next week.
Probably we call those braces. Sean.
I mean, we talked about it earlier. Fulham play the high line. They play the pressing. Chelsea's going to get around that. It's going to be 3-1.
Fulham's going to conveniently play a Bundesliga high line for Timo Werner.
Yeah. It's their style. You don't think they'll still play it?
I thought.
They're going to be missing their best player because their best player can't be playing in this game.
Who's that, Kamara?
Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
Oh, my God.
Oh. Should have saw that coming.
Just like you should have seen the Walcott hat trick coming.
Yeah, probably.
I should have saw that coming too. No, they're gonna play their same style because I don't think they can afford to do anything different. Werner's gonna burn it. Pulisic, Werner's gonna burn it.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be 3-0 to Chelsea. All right, Sean, Sheffield Spurs.
This is gonna be a great game of suck. It's going to be a horrible game to watch.
Yeah,
and this is how it's going to end because it's been 3 of the last 6 games where we got up 1-0, parked the bus, draw 1-1. That's what it's going to be.
All right. Tamseed?
2-0 the Spurs. Sheffield suck.
Yeah, they're so bad. Brad?
2-0.
No way.
I think you guys are.
It's a draw, and I hope it's a draw. But Sheffield is going to get cooked.
No, Sheffield. It's 2-0.
You guys
it's going to be a professional Mourinho performance.
Dude,
We're
going to draw so much this year that I'm going to start calling Jose Mourinho Bob Ross. That's how much we're going to draw this year.
Don't slander the special one like that. Don't slander the special one like that. I'm not here for that.
Hey, I'm not bad-mouthing Bob Ross. That's the special one.
Y'all are sleeping on my man Harry Kane and Son. Y'all are sleeping on both of them. It's going to be 5-0 to Tottenham.
Whew. Sasha triple captain Son this week, you're saying?
I think so. I would. And all right, Arsenal Newcastle. Last prediction. I get to go first because my team.
Yep.
I hadn't thought about this. Maybe I wanted to let you guys go first. I'm taking 1-0 to the Arsenal. Brad?
You're not wrong. I said 2-0, but I think it's going to be 1-0 because I forgot Newcastle like to play 5 at the back. And so you're going to have a lot of the ball, and then you're going to squeak one past them.
Tamseed?
1-0 to Newcastle.
I can see that too. I feel
like
Lynch is scoring it.
They'll just shithouse a win.
Hey Tammy, what was your Fulham?
They could have. If Andy Carroll finished that shot in the FA Cup, he had a golden chance to finish it.
My guy Bern Leno is a beast.
Yeah, and so
probably our best player.
Shithousing a win.
Is John Joe Shelby still floating around North England?
All right, Sean, tell me what's going to happen. What's your prediction?
It's your recent run of form. It's going to be 2-0 Arsenal. It's going to be 2 Martinelli assists.
Okay, that's if he's back.
Oh, is he not back? Then I might adjust it.
He's in training, but I think he's gonna be. It'll be closer.
He has a glass body.
No,
why does everything hurt on him?
He rolled his ankle before the FA Cup match, and so it takes you like a week to come back from that.
I feel like he's the type of person to walk past a vending machine and then decide all of a sudden, oh shit, I did want a honey bun, and then plant to turn around and roll his ankle.
Well, we don't have time to let you adjust your your prediction.
That's
so
fine.
you're
That's
sticking.
fine. Yeah, we'll go with that.
All right. Well, that was all we had planned for tonight.
I got two things. I got two added minute things that I want to throw in here. I'm sorry to kill the outro like that, but I got two things. First,
By all means, Brad.
Killing outros.
do you guys know what the number one song was on February 24th, 2008? Last time Tottenham won a trophy.
Okay.
Can we all take guesses?
Please, let's do this because I haven't
All
pulled
right.
out.
February
I'm gonna go-
08.
It had to be No Hands Waka Flocka. James?
Way too soon, but okay.
Don't give away the...
Hold on. Let
James?
me go to Tamzid first.
All right, T?
Okay, I've got
You're
mine.
muted.
You're
Tammy,
muted.
you're muted. I wasn't the only one this week.
Tamzy, you're muted.
You're still muted, Tammy.
All right, James?
I'm going Viva La Vida, Coldplay.
Ooh, wow.
That's a good
That's
one.
I was gonna say that, but I think it's I think Alicia Keys was big at this point, right? Like I feel like this would be. I feel like this is how that 4-year period where Alicia Keys was everywhere. I think it's that or like something by
No.
Common.
Do you know?
No,
an
I know what
Alicia
it
Keys
is.
song?
So
I know what it is. It's a Kanye West song.
It is not a Kanye West song. So this was back when autotune was a big thing. This was Get Low, 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 Flo Rida featuring T-Pain, Get Low.
Okay.
The number one alternative hit was Foo Fighters was on there as the number one alternative hit.
All right.
And then second big point, Danny Ings tests positive following the Liverpool win. So is Liverpool Manchester United happening?
Liverpool.
The league.
Danny Ings was contagious when he scored the game-winning goal.
Why,
Oh my
why are
goodness
you
gracious.
laughing about this? Why
That's
is
not
So,
funny.
like,
People
how
have
does
died.
that happen? Like, how do you not get? How is there not like testing day of? Is my question.
Bro, they're doing plenty of testing. You know, you can come.
Testing
You
once a
can,
week.
They're
you
doing
can-
really well.
I think they're I thought they were testing twice a week, but you can come back negative and
Yes.
be positive the next day.
Still be contagious. Yes.
Okay.
But if he was asymptomatic, okay, we're not getting into COVID right
No,
now.
Yeah,
let's
no.
skip it.
Thank
I
you,
don't
Brad.
think we should.
All right.
Sorry, I
Thank
saw that
you.
headline. Needed to say it.
Thank you for your two
Added
points.
minute.
If
Wonderful points.
If I had my wallet near me, I'd pull out my Bank of America card and give you a red card for those comments. But I don't have my wallet here. All right, but now that I was going to show them. But now that we've gotten those very vital points out of the way, Brad, where can the people connect with you?
At KSBradG on the Twitters, Instagram. Yeah, I'm not streaming, so that's not happening.
Tamzid, what's up?
Firmino's dentist on Twitter, so you can watch me cry.
Sean?
You can find me at Whiteheart_Sean.
And I am at James Tiffany on Twitter. Please remember to follow our Red Card Radio Twitter and YouTube channels and Anchor channels and things like that wherever you go. But we are Redcard_Radio on Twitter, and you can find us on all of those other platforms, YouTube. And of course, wherever you're hearing this on your podcatcher app or whatever, please comment, like, rate, subscribe, whatever you got to do. Share this with your friends. We'd love to hear more feedback. If you're listening to this, you are at least at some level interested in football, or maybe you just like us. But we really appreciate you guys tuning in. Please, reach out to us. Tell us what you think you liked. Tell Brad that he's wrong.
Idiot.
Wrong about everything. Those are our favorite comments. And until next time, this has been Red Card Radio. This was our look at the Premier League after Match Day 18. And we will see you all next time. Good night.